I'm not proud because just wanted to see, you know, just wanted to see what it was like.
So today we got to look at this fender here and how it sits. So I got to trim in back in here because right now you're getting a little bit of overlap and you can see it sticks out flush. And then the other issue we had is how we're going to line this up. So I've got the side skirts on here. They're just sitting in here temporarily, but you can kind of see how this line sits right now. And if we overlay them, no pun intended, on the overlay fender, you get a gap like this. That's obviously not going to work. The next solution is we put the skirt tight to the body like it normally would sit. These are OEM Eclipse side skirts. And then this can sit on top, but if you look at it from the side, you can see this would actually come down quite far. There. So with the side skirt down, you can see where I actually have to cut this. There's a fair bit we have to take off, and then this will sit snug, and then it carries that kind of line right through on the door. So that's what we're gonna move ahead with. We're gonna get this off, we're gonna get them cut. I've got it marked out right now. And then from there, we gotta fill in the old power antenna. We can do a little trimming and a little massage back here. These are gonna go to the body shop, they gotta get painted as well. Just a couple little fitment issues, same thing on this side. A little bit different, I've already cut some of this off, just kind of starting in the background. And then we've got everything kind of mocked up. Back to Dremel. My air compressor doesn't have enough power to cut it. Let's throw the mask up this. Getting like hit in the face with little pieces of plastic. Oh, not the best way to do this. But so I'm not using these holes here. For like the factory mud guards, the factory splash guards, so that's okay. I just didn't want to cut off this tab yet, just because that's where that mounts up underneath. But if I have to, I may have to cut it back anyway, but I think we're right there. So let's just kind of see where we sit, and then we can trim it if we need it. So. I think if we get rid of this lip here, what really concerned me is you're not going to rub here. We're not far enough out. That's okay. It's just when you start getting into here. So like this needs to sit like this, I believe. That's the old splash guard in location 2. We just got to cut that off because if this does come down, like you see it through here. So we just got to clean that up, carry it through. And then we're gonna carry this up and over. It's just a small amount. There's a lip here, so it gets rid of that lip. This kind of goes back up inside. Don't really go much further than that anyway, just because all our suspension pieces are here. The back end of the car was always sitting high, which was one of the things that never looked right. And I may have a photo I can put up in the video just kind of showing where it's at, but the front we could get down nice and low because you're limited by the essentially the fenders that are behind me here. The front was always good for clearance. The only thing that was really there was just the bottoming out of the suspension. Not a big issue. We've got side splitters that are gonna go underneath the car now on the side skirts. We'll probably get a rear diffuser for this in carbon, get the front lip. So I just want kind of a nice, flush, flat look. This one's a little bit more complicated just because we gotta go in here. I'm gonna retape this. In all honesty, I don't like how that looks. So we're not gonna go this high. I'm gonna come in here, carry it up right before we get to the gas tank. I know Throttle did one similar. They went right up in here. They went up kind of like this. their car was an air ride, it was like right on the ground. I'm not going that low, so also different wheel specs and things too, but I need a little bit more, like I need like an inch drop, and just going to here will give me that inch drop. So we'll get this marked up, we'll get this side marked up, finished, finalized, and then we're gonna cut into this. And we obviously have to be very careful on this side because our fuel filler tank neck is right here. So maybe I should cover that up. But let's get it marked up, we'll get it cut. See into the car.
Yes, you can. Yeah. You can tell it's not my first rodeo with a grinder. You can tell that much.
Grinding?
I mean, I've been on grinder. Okay, I'm not proud. Okay, just want to see, just wanted to see what it was like.
I don't judge here. Everybody's welcome here.
I mean, like on this, like I wanted to know what it was like using a Milwaukee grinder. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But I mean,
that's fair.
I mean, I wanted to try the Milwaukee grinder.
I won't tell DeWalt, don't worry.
Okay, I swear, that's what I meant.
I won't tell DeWalt.
You can do it.
Chick-fil-A, slow me down. So then, yeah, you come down. If this car lowers, we're clear.
Oh yeah.
We got room.
I think that should be
This is about like
perfect.
an inch and a quarter.
Boom.
That's what I was sitting high on, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't need to slam it back. Look how low my exhaust is.
In theory, the wide over fender should fit flush with the outside of the rubber right here. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, there's no point in taking this down. Like this is.
That's gonna be a wide booty.
That's good.
Nice wide stance.
Yeah, just gonna do this.
It's gonna need it to put this power to the ground.
Just the tip, G-tool tip. That's it for today. We've got everything cut that we wanted to do. So. Not perfect, but it's where we need to be. So with a freehand grinder, that's really good. So my recommendation if you're going to do this is probably get a compressor with an air saw or a little air tool. It's a little bit probably faster and easier to go through. Overall though with the grinder, it took about 35 minutes or so just to do both sides after you mark it all out. But next week we're going to get this all filled. We'll get a cardboard template. We'll insert it in. We'll then take that over, and we've got some steel sitting back here, I talked about. So we got a sheet of this. We've got a little Milwaukee nibbler that we'll use to cut that through, which I'll show you looks just like this. So this will make quick work of that with some hand snips as well. We'll get that in. We got to get some primer that's compatible with the welder. Just we want to prime above because we'll never really get back in there. So we'll get that tacked in place. Then we'll do seam sealer on it. We'll get it primed. And then essentially the back lip is good. We'll get just this kind of test fitment all wrapped up, and then maybe get the riv nuts in before paint. I don't really want to, like there's the old ones there. They're obviously painted with the car, but I might do that early now just so any holes that are there, we have to look at it, are they gonna get primed? We gotta figure out how to fill them. So if I drill it after paint, you know, there's always the ups and downs. So get that all done. We'll get the front cleaned up, ready for primer, and then we can get the car rolling and get it over to the body shop. So making progress. This is the stuff that takes all the time. I know some of you guys are asking to see more of this. Some people don't want to see this. So let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this, if you don't. And then we're eventually gonna have this car back together. Running out of time, but let's see what we can do. So thanks again, guys. Enjoy the weekend.